Trade recap today, guys. Not a good day for me again on the charts and mentally. Today was the first time I got actually mad and annoyed after my losses. Normally, for as long as I can remember, every loss I ever took, I stayed calm, kept a smile on my face, and I was thinking it's all a part of the process. I'm going to take this loss as a lesson, and I'm going to not make these mistakes again. Today, I had terrible emotions after my loss. Since I'm on I had a winning day the other day, but then over the last 3 weeks, it's been 70%, 80% losses, 20% wins. So I'm on quite a bit of a loss streak. It just got to me today, and I got super mad, primarily on this trade right here. I entered in. I lost this trade, so I was down 250 for the day. My full TP was at this low, and that was going to make me $600. We made equal lows at just edging my TP. This was about $500 in profit. We were so close to hitting my TP, I would have made back all of my losses today, and I would have hit my profit target. And then we just randomly came and reversed and stopped me out. And then I just lost it and got extremely annoyed and mad after this loss. Looking back with this circle I've actually marked out, you can see where I went wrong. I entered in off of this 5-minute rejection block, but we actually had a smaller 1-minute one here, which we could have entered off of, because look, it was the top of the move. There was no close liquidity to be swept here, but on the 5-minute there was. We came up, touched the CE of the gap, then we dumped to my first TP and then my second TP, which was going to be this 5-minute unmitigated gap. So this was literally this was my fault. This was my fault. I lost. It just got to me when I actually when it edged my TP here and then reversed up. I see where I went wrong, but yeah, that did annoy me. So let me just quickly run through my thought process and how I can improve. So first trade of the day, I was kind of neutral bias, but I was leaning towards shorts. I wanted to see a move up. We had a huge hourly gap, 30-minute gaps, 5-minute gaps. I wanted us to come up and tap into the 5-minute gap at the top and then get a reaction out of it, which is what we did. And then this first trade here, again, it was a good trade, but it was a mid trade, sorry. I'm just manually entering in when I see a rejection block. Yes, we rejected out of the liquidity sweep here, and we are also rejecting out of a 3-minute gap. We retested it, came down, and then stops me out. This is a bad gap. This is a bad rejection block to take, because we have 6 p.m. open right here. Then we also have the CE of the 3-minute gap here, which is also the CE of the 1-minute gap, which is also the last area of liquidity that I want to mitigate before we come down. Because after this, yeah, we've got some relative equal highs, but then it's just all of this low resistance liquidity. What I truly wanted to see was us to come up past 6 p.m, go past the CE of the 3-minute gap, and then get a rejection downwards, which is what we got. But so this trade was just a stupid trade that I took. I should not have taken this trade. I should have waited for the true move to happen, because you want to enter off of probability. The probability that this trade would have worked out better than this trade was low, because we was only 10 minutes into market open, meaning we was likely going to manipulate higher. We also had the CE of the 3-minute gap, the 1-minute gap, and 6 p.m. above us. So it's improbable that we're going to dump from here when we've got all of that above us to target. So that was the first mistake of the day. Second mistake was this one, that I got annoyed on the loss. So we came up past the CE of the 3-minute and 1-minute gap. We then also came above the 6 p.m. open. Then we created a 5-minute rejection block, which looks super clean, and we did respect it, but I'll show where I went wrong. I used my Fibonacci tool to mark the high to the low. I entered in off of the OTE touch, which is right here. We touched OTE, dumped down, nearly hitting my full TP. If I entered in my short position like this, just from CE to the full rejection block, targeting 930, that literally looks like it's about to get hit right here. That would have been a fine trade as well, but I tried, because the strategy is like having a 5-point stop, 10-point stop. I see some of my friends who trade this strategy have a smaller stop, so I tried to have my stops between the 0.705 and 0.79 range. So I entered in here, I entered in my limit here, stops here. We came up, stopped me out, but the reason we stopped me out is because at the top of the 5-minute rejection block, we also had a 1-minute rejection block, which was the better move to take. And then, as you can see, we touched into the CE of the rejection block, which I could have set my limit at the CE. I could have set my stops above the rejection block because that was the swing high of the move. Then my full TP to 930 would have been a 26 RR trade. Or I could have went straight to that draw of liquidity that I had, these equal lows, this 5-minute gap, or I could have just targeted a 1 to 10 RR trade, and that would have gotten hit right away. So very clear where I went wrong today. Definitely should have taken this, I just didn't see it. Also, the 5-minute rejection block I took was valid. It still got respected, still hit the 1 to 6 RR, but it was only valid if I put my stops outside the rejection block, because putting my stops here at the 0.705, 0.709, why is that bad? Now let's look why that's bad. Because we've got a swing high above it. So having a stop like this makes no sense because we've got liquidity above it that we could take out. So either entering off of this one, because we have no liquidity above to target, entering off of that would have been better, or just simply on the 5-minute put my stops at the rejection block, rather than trying to have a super tight stop like this, CE 930, and then yeah, you could actually see just got hit. Now that would have been full TP as I wanted, manipulation up, distribution down towards 930, what I wanted all day. Same thing, my move that I tried to get in on right here, exactly what I wanted happened. I just had a bad stop loss. So now, if I'm trying to take a 3-minute or 5-minute rejection block, make sure I have no liquidity above me that can get swept before entering in my position. So let me quickly write this down. So either set stops outside the rejection block by 1 point if taking a high time frame rejection block, or wait for the smaller time frame, example 1 minute, to get tapped and have a tighter stop. Actually, I think just not do this at all. When I was looking at this 5-minute rejection block, I should have scaled down and saw that there was a 1-minute one that I would rather take. But I think that happened slightly after. Yeah, it did. but I should have entered in off of that.